Hello and thank you for stopping by yet another edition of the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. Second video done in a day. Woohoo! Got the chat live. If anybody's watching, hello. This is Saturday, July 21st, 2018. And I bought an interesting looking brown box, sealed. Could not tell what was in said brown box, but the brown box, I believe, was called Craft Variety Pack, and they say basically a variety of the best beverages from around the globe. A lot of them were New England themed. Some of them were not. I was intrigued to find a local New Hampshire beer. Da-da-da-da! Alright, and this is in the form of Tuckerman Brewing Company's Pale Ale. And I do not know, maybe when the bottle is cleared out, I can find and read a date, but I don't see a date on the bottle, guys. Alright. But besides that fact, we are looking at a 5.3%. That is a bright light. We are looking at a 5.3% alcohol by volume beer at 37 IBUs. The side of the bottle says a bunch of stuff. It says, Tuckerman Pale Ale is our interpretation of an American pale ale brewed using the finest English and Belgian malts plus 4 different domestic hops. It's dry hopped and naturally carbonated in the bottle. Yeah. Beer is bottle conditioned for best results, store upright. And so what I found on the Tuckerman Brewing's website was that this beer is dry hopped in larger tanks. It's moved over to larger tanks where they dry hop it before they put it into bottles and kegs. But the cool part of this that I found on the website was they say that this beer is naturally carbonated in bottles, in the bottle and in the keg, using a German process called krausening, where small amounts of fresh fermenting wort is added. So it all adds up to some craft quality beer, but how does it taste? Using a mug? Gonna find out. Just a plain Jane brass looking top. Alright, I don't think I've ever had this Tuckerman's Pale Ale that I can recall. This beer is considered Tuckerman Brewing Company's flagship beer, and it was first introduced in 1998. And they're from North Conway in New Hampshire. So it looks kind of cloudy, hazy. It's not the most see-through beer. Popping and fizzing. I didn't not aggressively pour the beer, but not much head. Just looks like your typical pale ale IPA. Almost got a little sip there. And it smells very floral, with some grapefruit citrusy notes and some orangey notes. There's the caramel and the toffee kind of maltiness in there. A little bit of an earthy grassiness going on. Brown bread mixed in with the toffee caramel fruity hoppiness to it. So smells clean for what it is, with a general underlining malty sweetness going on. So I'm looking forward to Tuckerman's Pale Ale, brewed in North Conway. Or just plain old Conway. There is a North Conway. Brewed in Conway, New Hampshire. Cheers. I have no clue Nope. I have no clue when this was bottled. But for flavors, right now I'm getting a really big upfront caramel toffee-like malt. And then there's definitely grapefruit and orangey notes to this beer. They talk about using they say English and Belgian malts. Not exactly sure what kind of Belgian malts they're using. It's not like a candied like sweetness or anything like that. There's almost a light creaminess. Lots of carbonation. There's almost a fluffy, creamy kind of a consistency to it. Not like a New England style IPA, but it's more like an English pale ale, definitely. Or like a hoppy ESB. I am getting some paperiness, some graininess. It is very clean in the finish. It's moderate to high, as you can tell from that burp. Moderate to high carbonation. And it's pretty refreshing. I feel like there's a light amount of a hop oil to it, and there's something else. Maybe it is some Belgian or malt or something. I'm kind of stumped on how to exactly describe that particular note and flavor. It's like there's a little bit of like a tanginess to it or a tartness to it, but it's not in that realm and direction of saisons or that kind of a barrel aging anything, or like it's a sour beer. It could also be that some of that tart, very slightly tart funkiness that I'm getting is due to the yeast strain, and that it's a bottle fermented beer. So there's actually live yeast sediment in the beer and still actively charging and carbonating the beer. And that could be giving me some of that fruity tartness that I'm getting. Yeah, just a really weird, almost metallic-y in a way kind of a finish. And I'm not... It's almost like that cooked vegetable kind of an adjunct lager kind of a taste in the finish. It has that going on, and then it goes to a almost like a dry bready toast thing, kind of musty in a way at the end. So it starts strong and it finishes on the on a weird note that I'm unfortunately having a terrible time describing. And because of that, I really can't give the beer much higher than an 80. I think it's a low B minus. I think it is a good beer, and I think they're doing well with Tuckerman's Pale Ale because it's such a staple beer in... I say staple beer in New England. Everybody that drinks New England craft beers at one point in time has heard of Tuckerman's, and if you've never been to New Hampshire and you try some craft beers, you're out of your goddamn mind. They got really good beers up there. But it's got the notes of, like, I would almost say an English style. They say American. For me, it's almost like an English pale ale, and then it just falls short in that really funky, weird, tart, funky... metallic-y, musty kind of a finish. I don't know if that has any bearing on how old the beer is, or if that's exactly how that yeast strain tastes. And if that's how that yeast strain tastes, then maybe I'm not a huge fan of this. I got 2 more of them. My thoughts and opinions over the course of this variety craft 12-pack. They had a Curious Traveler from the wintertime in it. Craft beer my ass. But if I drink these other 2 and I like it better, you will be informed. Go to Massachusetts Beer Reviews group of Facebook. Please join us. I post on there. I will post more. If my thoughts change on this beer, that'll be the first place to see it. But as of right now, I'm giving it an 80. It's because of the finish is just weird and it's kind of a little bit off-putting, but the beer is still relatively delicious and it does have a easy drinking quality to it. So, an 80 for Tuckerman's Pale Ale. Until next time, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. And we will see you soon. Goodbye, Gabriel Salayo.